Have pity on my soul, whichever you are, shade or living man.
I was a poet and sang of that just man who sailed off from Troy after the burning of proud Ilium. But why retreat to so much misery? Why not climb up this blissful mountain here, the beginning and source of all man's joy?
Are you then Virgil? Are you then that font from which pours forth so rich a stream of words? O light and honor of other poets, may my long years of study and deep love that made me search your verses help me now. You are my teacher, the first of all my authors, and you alone the one from whom I took the noble style that was to bring me honor. You see the beast that forced me to retreat. Save me from her, I beg you, famous sage. She makes me tremble. The blood throbs in my veins.
But you must journey down another road if ever you hope to leave this wilderness. And so I think it best you follow me for your own good, and I shall be your guide and lead you out through an eternal place where you will hear desperate cries and see tormented shades, some old as hell itself, and know what second death is from their screams.
Poet, I beg of you in the name of God, that God you never knew, save me from this evil place. Oh, poet, come to guide me. Tell me if you think my worth sufficient before you trust me to this arduous road. You are wise. You see more than my words express. Master, these words I see are cruel.
Now here you must leave all distrust behind. Let all your cowardice die on this spot. We are at the place where earlier I said you could expect to see the suffering race of souls who lost the good of intellect.
Teacher, what are these sounds I hear? What souls are there so overwhelmed by grief?
This wretched state of being is the fate of those sad souls who lived a life, but lived it with no blame and with no praise. They are mixed with that repulsive choir of angels, neither faithful nor unfaithful to their God, who undecided stood but for themselves. Heaven, to keep its beauty, cast them out, but even hell itself would not receive them, for fear the damned might glory over them.
Master, what torments do they suffer that force them to lament so bitterly?
I will tell you in a few words. These wretched have no hope of truly dying, and this blind life they lead is so abject, it makes them envy every other fate. Let's not discuss them. Look and pass them by.
Master, I would like to know, who are these people, and what law is this that makes those souls so eager for the crossing, as I can see even in this dim light?
All this will be made plain to you as soon as we shall come to a stop a while along the sorrowful shore of Archeron.
Woe to you, perverted souls! Give up all hope of ever seeing heaven. I come to lead you to the other shore, into eternal darkness, ice and fire. And you, the living soul, you over there, get away from all these dead people.
Charon, this is no time for anger. My son, all those who perish in the wrath of God assemble here from all parts of the earth. They want to cross the river. They are eager. A good soul never comes to make this crossing. So if Charon grumbles at the sight of you, you see now what his words are really saying. Let us descend into the sightless world. I will go first, and you will follow me. Let us go. The long road urges us. You do not ask what sort of souls these are you see around you. Now you should know before we go on further, they have not sinned. They came before the birth of Christ. They did not worship God the way one should. I myself am a member of this group.
Tell me, my master, tell me. Oh, my master, did any leave here through his merit or with another's help and go to bliss?
I was a novice in this place when I saw a mighty Lord descend to us who wore the sign of victory at his crown. Abraham, David, and many more he chose for his blessedness. And you should know, before these souls were taken, no human soul had ever reached salvation.
Who are these souls enjoying special honor, dwelling apart from all the others here?
The honored name they bear, that still resounds above in your own world, wins heaven's favor for them in this place.
Now let us honor our illustrious poet. His shade that left us is now returned to us.
It is the shade of Homer, sovereign poet, and coming second, Horace, the satirist. Ovid the third, and last comes Lucan.
Oh, You who come to this place where pain is host, be careful how you enter and whom you trust. It's easy to get in, but don't be fooled.
Why keep shouting? Do not attempt to stop his fated journey. It is so willed, there where the power is for what is willed. That's all you need to know.
Teacher, tell me, what souls are these punished in the sweep of the black wind? Poet, I would like with all my heart to speak to those two there, who move together and seem to be so light upon the winds.
You'll see when they are closer to us. If you entreat them by that love of theirs that carries them along, they'll come to you.
O wearied souls, come speak with us if it be not forbidden.
O living creature, gracious and so kind, who makes your way here through this dingy air to visit us who stain the world with blood. Whatever pleases you to hear, speak we will hear, we will speak about with you as long as we bid. Here we are, silent. Love, quick to kindle the gentle heart. Love that excuses no one loved from loving. Love led us straight to sudden death together.
What are you thinking of?
Alas, all those sweet thoughts, and oh, how much desiring brought these two down into this agony. Francesca, the torment that you suffer brings painful tears of pity to my eyes.
Oh, you there being led through this inferno, try to remember who I am, for you had life before I gave up mine.
The pain you suffer here perhaps disfigures you beyond all recognition. I can't remember seeing you before, but tell me who you are assigned to grieve in this sad place afflicted by such torture.
Your own city once held me in the brighter life above. Your citizens gave me the name of Yako, and for my sins of gluttony I am damned, as you can see, to rain that beats me weak.
Yako, your grievous state weighs down on me. It makes me want to weep. But tell me what will happen, you know, to the citizens of that divided state.
Two just men there are, but no one listens, for pride, envy, avarice are the three sparks that kindle in men's heart and set them burning.
There's more I want to know. I beg you to provide me with more facts. Farinata, Tegiahio, Arrigo, where are they?
They lie down below there with blacker souls, by different sins pushed down to different depths. If you keep going, you may see them all. But when you are once more in the sweet world, I beg you to remind our friends of me. I speak no more I answer you.
Papa Satan, Alepe.
Do not let fear defeat you, for whatever be his power, he cannot stop our journey down this rock. Be quiet, cursed wolf of hell.
Why hoard? Why waste? Why hoard? Why waste?
My master, please explain to me who are these people here? Were they all priests? These tonsured souls I see there to our left?
The ones who have bald spots on their heads were priests and popes and cardinals in whom avarice is most likely to prevail.
Master, in such a group as this, I should be able to recognize a few.
Yours is an empty hope. Their undistinguished life that made them foul now makes it harder to distinguish them. It was squandering and hoarding that have robbed them of the lovely world and got them in this brawl. We cannot stay too long. Beneath the slimy top are sighing souls who make these waters bubble at the surface. Your eyes will tell you this. Just look around.
What signal is this? And the other flame, what does it answer, and who's doing this?
You should already see across the filthy waves what has been summoned, unless the marshes vapors hide it from you.
Aha! Got you now, you wretched soul.
Phleglias, Phleglias. This time you shout in vain. You will have us with you no longer than it takes to cross the muck. And now, my son, coming closer is the city we call Dis, with its great walls and fierce citizens.
Master, already I can see the clear glow, burning bright red as though just forged and left to smolder.
Eternal fire burns within, giving off the reddish glow you see diffused through this lower hell.
Get out! Here's the entrance. Who is approaching? Who without death dares walk into the kingdom of the dead? You, come. But he must go who thought to walk so boldly through this realm. Let him retrace his foolish ways alone. Just let him try. And you who let him peer through this dark land, you'll stay right where you are.
Oh, my dear guide, don't leave me, please. And if the journey onward is denied us, let's turn our footsteps back together quickly.
Do not fear. The journey we are making none can prevent. You can be sure I will not leave you in this underworld.
Has anyone before ever descended to this sad hollow's depths from that first circle, whose pain is all in having hope cut off?
It is not usual for one of us to make the journey I am making now.
Master, what kind of shades are these lying down here, buried in the graves of stone, speaking their presence in such dolorous sighs?
There lie arch-heretics of every sect with all of their disciples. More than you think are packed within these tombs. Like heretics lie buried with their like, and their graves burn more or less accordingly. Our descent will have to be delayed somewhat, so that our sense of smell may grow accustomed to these vile fumes. Then we will not mind them. Begone, you beast! Run to the pass. While he writhes with rage, get started down. Are you perhaps thinking about these ruins that are protected by the famous beast I quenched in its own rage? Now let me tell you about the other time I came down to the lower part of hell. This rock had not fallen then into ruins. But now look at the valley. Coming closer, you will see the river of blood that boils the souls of those who thought their violence injured others.
You there, on your way down here, what torture are you seeking? Speak where you stand. If not, I draw my bow.
Our answer we will give to Chiron when we're at his side. As for you, I see you are as rash as ever. Give us one of your troop to be our guide, to use to cross the river.
You go! Guard them as they ask, and if another troop protests, disperse them.
These are the tyrants who dealt in bloodshed and plundered wealth. Their tears are paying for their heartless crimes.
Before we go on farther, remember, you are in the second round and shall be till we reach the dreadful sand. Now look around you carefully and see with your own eyes what I will not describe, for if I did, you wouldn't believe my words. If you break off a little branch of any of these plants, what you are thinking will break off too.
Why are you tearing me? Why do you rip me? Have you no sense of pity whatsoever? Men were we once, now we are changed to scrub. But even if we had been souls of serpents, your hand should have shown more pity than it did.
Oh, wounded soul, tell him who you are. He can make amends and will by making bloom again your fame in the world above, where his return is sure.
So appealing are your lovely words, I must reply. I was so faithful to my glorious office. I lost not only sleep, but life itself. If one should go back to the world, restore the memory of me.
Since he is silent now, don't lose your chance. Ask him if there is more you wish to know.
Why don't you keep questioning and ask him?
May it please you to continue by telling us just how a soul gets bound into these knots, and tell us if you know whether any soul might someday leave his branches.
Your question will be answered very briefly. The moment that the violent soul departs the body it has torn itself away from, Minos sends it down to the seventh hole. It drops to the wood, not in a place allotted, but anywhere that fortune tosses it. Like the rest, we shall return to claim our bodies, but never again to wear them. Wrong it is for a man to have again what he once cast off.
Come on, come quickly, Death.
Lano, your legs were not so nimble when you jousted in the tournament of Topo.
My master, who is that mighty one that seems unbothered by burning, stretched sullen and disdainful there, looking as if the rainfall could not tame him?
What I was once alive, I still am dead. Let Jupiter wear out his smith. from whom he seized in anger that sharp thunderbolt he hurled, to strike me down my final day. No joy or satisfaction would I give him.
O Capaneus, since your blustering pride will not be stilled, you are made to suffer more. Among the other marvels I have shown you from the time we made our entrance through the gate whose threshold welcomes every evil soul, your eyes have not discovered anything as remarkable as this stream you see here.
If this small stream beside us has its source, as you have told me in our world, why have we seen it only on this ledge? Where, master, shall we find Lethe and Pythaglathon? You omit the first, and say the other forms from the Rain of Tears.
I am very happy when you question me, but that red water boiling there should certainly answer one of your questions. Now it is time to leave. Be sure you follow close behind me. The margins are our road, they do not burn, and all the flames above them are extinguished.
Oh, you there, stop.
Wait, for these are shades that merit your respect. I would suggest you run towards them, for it would be more fitting.
Tell us who you are, how you walk safely with living feet through hell itself.
I am from your city, and your honored names and your accomplishments I have always heard rehearsed, and have rehearsed myself with fondness.
So may your soul remain to guide your body for years to come, and fit your fame's light shine after you are gone.